On November 1994, almost 23 years ago, the law that made it possible to establish online casinos legally was passed, and since then, this sector has expanded globally, growing to unprecedented extents. Now legal in many parts of the world, internet gambling has become a dynamic business with a high growth percentage, some expected to reach $66.59 billion United States dollars in 2020. This made us wonder what has taken place over the last decades in a market sector that seems to be looking at nothing but a bright future. Before internet gambling began to proliferate, Microgaming was the first company to provide the necessary software to develop this activity. The former, which claims to have released the first genuine online casino in 1994, is currently one of the leading software companies used by providers in this industry. Privately held, Microgaming is set in the Isle of Man, and it is currently expanding its offer. As of last year, it started launching virtual reality headset games. But the one thing that made it possible for it to establish the first online casino is the aforementioned law. The Free Trade Processing Act was passed in Antigua and Barbuda in 1994, making it possible for online gambling companies to establish their activities there, finally having a location to legally operate. And with Microgaming taking the lead, security measures had to be designed in order to ensure players that their transactions were protected. The company in charge of this step was Dublin-based Cryptologic Limited. As soon as safe transactions were ensured, internet gambling became fully viable. ReThisWillPlay.co deals with Quickfire. Quickfire enters Colombian market. It was at the end of that decade that this industry started gaining popularity, offering from online poker to other casino games, sports betting, lotteries and bingo. With new technologies arriving and the possibility to play on different devices, this industry's steady growth rate is not surprising at all. While more U.S. states pass bills to allow playing online, with many legal sites already available, a number of countries around the world are also jumping on board. Australia made it legal since 2001 through the Interactive Gambling Act, whereas France made it possible in 2010 with Argel Regulatory Authority for Online Games in charge of supervising this activity. In other countries, however, there's still a long way to go until online casinos become fully legal. Such is the case of Germany, where only one of the country's 16 states, Schleswig-Holstein, has legalized online gambling. As internet gambling continues to grow, many countries are faced with a dilemma: either ban this activity or embrace it by providing the legal means to regulate operations on the territory and eventually even benefit from the sector. The rate at which the industry has developed proves that it is a profitable sector with a large audience. It is hard to imagine that 23 years ago the only way to place a bet was at certain venues, and with far less options than the ones available today. We will have to see how governments around the globe choose to interact with an undeniably fructiferous sector. 23 years ago online casinos were made possible was last modified September 21, 2017 by Casino News. Today,